Again, Grand Rising is Shay Seeking, and we're gonna go ahead and look at this. I'm just gonna randomly gloss through a couple of these acts. Again, since these are in honor of Memorial Day, 1868, um, and this is the involuntary. I'm having a hard time with this word, expatriation of statutory Americans. Again, it's just random. I'm pulling up a couple of things that I noticed were happening around this time, and I was just going to go ahead and share some of them with you in case you wanted to go deeper into them. Um, Again, I seek and share. That's what this is. Excuse me. That's what this is. Excuse me. I don't know. My throat is just really something to. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Mm-mm. I gotta grab my glasses. Okay, maybe not. Maybe the next one. But these are kind of big words. Excuse me. So let's see. Whew, girl. See, that mean I need to get to. Or y'all, because it might not be all girls watching. Um, I need to get. Whew, I'll be trying to walk, but listen. Okay, so during World War II, thousands of GIs in the uniform of the United. Wait a minute. GIs in the uniform. That's a funny way to word it. Of the United States Armed Forces. Wait a minute. What is a GI? Look. Hmm. It's just funny to put it that way. In the uniform of, like, what do you mean? Of course they would be. But why would they word it that way? Huh. Of the United States Armed Forces were naturalized abroad under the Second War Powers Act. Many prominent United States citizens were not born within the jurisdiction of the United States. George Romney, what name? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, okay. No, I just was thinking about something real quick. Was born in Mexico. Senator Barry Goldwater was born in the territory of Arizona before it became a state. Franklin D. Roosevelt Jr. was born in Canada. All of the loyal Americans will be shocked and amazed to learn that since April 5th, 1971, when the Supreme Court of the United States decided the case of Rogers versus Bailey. Number 24, October term 1970, they possess a citizenship of inferior quality. Wow. In the words of the majority opinion of the Supreme Court, they were not born in the United States. They were not naturalized in the United States, and they are simply not 14th Amendment first sentence citizens. Yeah, first sentence citizens. Their failure to possess constitutional citizenship, it would appear, permits Congress to prescribe forfeiture of citizenship upon the basis of foreign residence. Mhm. This authority is denied to Congress in the cases of those born in naturalized or naturalized in the United States and subject to our jurisdiction. Snyder versus Rusk, 1964. To understand the latest pronouncement of the Supreme Court, analyzes, yeah, analysis. Look at me. Is required of our citizenship and expatriations laws and their background. What does all this really, really mean? Our expatriation laws had a simple beginning, while a law for the acquisition of United States citizenship by naturalization, and I think I did a video on naturalization and citizenship already, was enacted as early as 1790. Wow. It was not until nearly a century later in 1868, again, here we go with this 1868 or 868, possibly BC, AD. Those are just other added things I feel sometimes just to throw. Again, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Sometimes when you see something like that, when it says, let me just tell you this. When you see something that say 761 AD or BC, just try to look up 1761 and just see if you see anything that kind of looks kind of like the same as what is see. It's just a way. It's just a way. I mean, and that's what I'm just saying. Just investigative reporting. That's it. March 27, 1942, naturalization of aliens in our armed forces. Because, I find it funny. And again, this could have been one of my grandparents or something. I don't know. But what I'm saying is I'm just bringing up the information so we can just look at it a little further and see if we see something that might pique our interest. That's all we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't matter if it has something to do with me or not. If it's the truth, I'm going to speak it. And so, that's where I get in trouble because I go in things like that. And I'm just saying it. Might be something that might be condemning someone, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just, but if I feel like it's just a general something and it's the truth, I don't know. Or closest to it we're going to get, I just have to bring it out. It's more about showing us that we think we know, but we have no idea. That's it. My naturalization work in the Pacific War Theater. Anyway. Okay. Expatriation statute was enacted. Prior to its enactment, it was contended that in conformity with the English common law, so I wonder if that has something to do with commoners, peasants and servants, or just commoners. Because again, even looking at this date, this is a lot of time when some of those patents and stuff were given out. And like I said in that video, who's to say and who's to know who they were given out? Like if, are we talking prophecy or plan? Who dictated this? Why would they give these things to anyone that would be your supposed ancestors, that would be the original people, when that has never ever happened, ever, even before? Even the people that are supposed or so-called Native Americans, again, I don't like using these particular terms, but this is what we've been given. I don't recall anything being overturned or given back like just naturally. So, you know what I'm saying? When you think about certain individuals giving certain things out, to allotting certain things to people, you would have to question and wonder why and who were these people that got this? Was it the original people or not that got these particular things? And this is just a general assessment. We're just looking at this to see, because again, I hate seeing my people going into something blindly. If it comes out that that's what it is, it is. If it comes out that's what it ain't, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's all I am doing. I don't have to hate on any, because for somebody like me, I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see stuff the way, and it really don't matter to me. And it's going to end up probably being, again, something that's not good for me to speak this way, but it doesn't, I feel I'm not harming anybody. We're just looking at the information. These these are questions are important. Somebody tell me something, I got a million questions as to why. But the thing that gets me in trouble is being like a spark of some type of information being given, and I go with it. It's like, oh, you shouldn't say. But you know what I'm saying? If I can, like, these particular things, when it's coming to these laws and stuff like that, I'm not gonna pretend I understand all this stuff. We're just looking at it and questioning how it's written, even just how it's written. Why would they say something like that? Would it just need, So it's just questioning things, right? Um, what else was going on around then? What else can we dig and pull from this that they're not saying? Because if it's all this that they're saying, it's the stuff that they're not saying that we really need to know. So what does this do to help me read between the lines and find out what I really need to know? But anyways, this date again, on July 27th, 1868. Declaring that expatriation was a natural and inherent right of all people, an assertion which seems a logical uh, concomitant of the extensive practice of naturalization in this country until the passage of 1907 Expatriation Act. Congress did not provide any legislative guide for administrative act in declaring citizenship forfeit. Pursuant to a 1906 joint resolution, 3 State Department officials had submitted a report to Congress, which resoluted in the enactment of 1907 Act. The act was provided that no person should be allowed to expatriate himself when the United States was at war, and prescribed expatriation when a citizen um, uh, was naturalized. Was naturalized in a foreign state in conformity with its laws, took an oath of alliance to a foreign state, and married a male foreigner and took his nationality. Hmm. Yeah. Naturalization Naturalized Americans residing abroad for 2 years in their country or origin of 5 years elsewhere did not lose citizenship but were deprived of diplomatic protection. I mean, this is kind of deep or whatever, because again, like this is reminding me also of like certain things when it comes to like certain connections or oaths that we might take again unknowingly or knowingly in these days. There's a lot going on in the spiritual realm. There's a lot going on, yeah. um just in the world in general. So I don't know. I mean, I see some things here where I can kind of see the Nationality Act of 1940, based on the recommendations of the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, and the Secretary of Labor, became effective on January 13, 1941. The grounds of expatriation were increased to 10. Foreign military or civil service voting. Oh, okay. So I wonder, well, when it says something about the GIs in their uniforms, don't that almost just sound like, somebody was like an imposter or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, or I don't know, like planted. You know what? Seed. That's what I wanted to look at. Because, that was unceded territory. And I think I already did something on this, but unceded to yield. Again. So again, this is making me even think about Genesis. We're talking about subduing and replenishing the earth, because we're also talking about, people, period. We already did several videos on it. It's talking about people in sometimes. Okay. So this kind of seed is what uh, colonizers do. Or you have seeds, SEED, but these kind of seeds are what seamen, okay, um, may use their semen to seed for their whoever sent them from a foreign land, again, to do so. Let's see, give way. So make way. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like clearing out a place, almost even. Even I mean, this remind me even of the thing that I did the other day on the lyrics for the Pocahontas movie. Give up some right or property. Again, because people can be property as well. To go from, proceed, leave, to go away, to go, to yield. hmm And again, my thing is, I'm before I'm anything, I'm earth. That's what I'm connected to. Okay. Now the earth was seeded by particular gods or alien or foreign entities and things like that. So again, some of us are going to have traces of different, when it's talking about like the seven stars above the head of the girl in Revelations. I feel like that has something to do with the seven continents or the seven. Well, I would say Pleiades, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it has to do with seven or 12, and I think there's one with 12. Oh my goodness, is it 12 stars? There's something about a particular scripture that says about seven. Um, but I can't remember if that was the part with the moon under her feet, clothed in the sun with the moon under her feet. Again, I'm all over the place today, but a lot of these things are symbolic for, like I said, different groups and things. So again, for me, I feel like, that tree of life, that life giver. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, again, we have been told one thing, but again, the old world, the Americas, we have some of the oldest particular types of pyramids in the Americas, and I'm saying all the way from Canada. I'm just because again, the line of demarcation or the line of separation for Canada, again, was way further down. It came down a lot more than it. I wish I could find one of those old maps and show you, than it does today. Okay, down into the Americas, that borderline was laid a lot lower than it does nowadays. Okay, so just like even when I'm talking about the Americas, I'm talking about the whole thing from the Rudy to the Tootie. So, um, I mean, I see things differently, and I think that again, a lot has been suppressed or, you know, altered in a sense, or just our perception in general. Even when we're talking about like a Tartarian empire, I'm definitely feeling like, from the information that I've seen, that there was a form of that here as well. So again, we think we know, but we have no idea. It's really deep. Hmm. I think it was something else too about Paris that had something to do with that radium thing. Um, I have so many things on my plate and so many things that I want to do, need to do, should be doing, and everything like this, and you know that's why I can only just really And I mean, it's a little bit draining too. So that's why I can only just kind of give you guys something to go off of. Like I'm not gonna be the one that's just, my mind don't work like that. To just give you the whole rundown and then make you a nice video that goes along with like my time. I just can't. So, that's why I like to give references to other people that can kind of point you in a direction. Or. Um, but again, in honor of Memorial Day, I just wanted to go over some of these things here, because this seeding and this yielding of fruit, this is all Genesis here, the first couple chapters, and then some. But I'm just saying, um, I mean, I've already, like, I think it was just repetitive before, so I've already done those videos. You guys can go back and see, um, that we break down the terms of the biblical text. So again, I believe in all of the things, but I just don't. I believe in, you know, uh, and notice I'm using believe, and uh, yes, a Yeshua, okay, not Jesus, because the J hadn't even been in the vocabulary yet. So, but again, everybody can kind of know that we're kind of trying to find the identity of this one particular, or these beings, um, with the information that have been given to us. And you know what I'm saying? Although I don't look at myself as being religious, because I feel like that's different than what the word is. Um, that is the outer shell, something that, again, I feel is man made in a sense. Of course, the biblical text is too, but um, again, our minds are also man made as well, because we have been indoctrinated, um, very heavily, and educated. And if you have not looked these things up in etymology, I suggest you do. Or go back to one of the old videos that I did, because I'm not going to be going deep into that kind of stuff anymore. um, so we have to be careful. We have to, with the shutting down of information and stuff like that, and the shunning of information, and everybody just going off of their own mind's eye, is, that's always great for me, because it's just some things that someone's just going to mention, and you're going to be like, I knew it. And then you can go and even find your own way to confirm it. And once you already did that and confirmed it within, sometimes it don't even matter what nobody else have to say. But and you're just happy to see that somebody else seen it, that kind of twisted way of you seeing it. You're glad somebody else sees it too. And so it just makes you feel great. um, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and finish looking at this real quick, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Because I'm just, looking to hopefully introduce you to these particular things, not necessarily teach anything. Teaching is not my thing. I don't think, I just don't have the patience for it. I don't think. Okay. Became effective January 13th. Okay. Foreign military. Okay. The grounds of expatriation uh, were increased to 10. Foreign military, foreign military or civil service. It almost reminded me of like civilian service, almost like how they used, people, civilians, in lots of times in his story, to, you know, even now, oh my goodness, even now, just with the whole smear campaign, and just with the whole, um, um, crucifixion of some certain individuals, in communities, because people fear the power of those individuals, and so they will, um, do whatever they can to keep people away from truth. However you want to look at that, however you want to see it. And again, so sometimes it's not just what you think, because everybody doesn't have a way of seeing everything in somebody's life. So again, sometimes it's not always what you think. And sometimes people just want to be able to bring awareness as to what happened, so that other people will be aware. Even if they know that it may be not good for them, they just want other people to be aware of certain things so they can identify these things so that then they will be able to maybe realize sooner, Okay. So it says foreign military or service, civil service, voting in foreign elections, uh, renunciation before a United States consul abroad and in limited cases in the United States, treason, drafting, dodge, and in the case of naturalized citizens, foreign residents were added as grounds of expatriation. Patriation. You know what? I'm never going to be able to really pronounce that just randomly. The provision of the expatriation of naturalized citizens who reside in the country of their birth or former nationality was proposed because of the large number of naturalized citizens residing abroad. It was urged that by the expatriation of these nominal citizens who resided abroad for insufficient reasons, the difficulty and embarrassment to the United States. Hmm. What is this? Maybe Attorney General, 1859, T. Sang. Hmm. You know, okay. So, anyways, I just want to introduce this. Wait a minute. State Department official who believed that there were too many naturalized Russians and German Zionists going to Palestine. It was concluded that as proceeding in courts would be cumbersome, long drawn out, and expensive to the government, the termination of nationality should be automatic, resulting directly from the fact of foreign residence. That's strange. Let's see. Let's see. The act also creates a conclusion presumption that an expatriating act is performed voluntarily if all the time of the act the person was a national the state in which the act was performed and had been in the state for a period uh, aggregating 10 years or more immediately prior to questionable conviction for rebellion, insurrection, sedative, seditious, hmm, conspiracy. Oh, ooh. Maybe I need to look this one up. Ah. And advocating the unlawful overthrow of a government. Ooh. As a further grounds of expatriation. So again, you have to think about this. This is so funny because this is the people that came in and laid down the law on the people that was already there, and then tell them that these particular things. Don't it sound funny like today? With people that want to speak the truth in a certain sense or bring a different way of looking at something to light, that they're automatically looked at as terrorists to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? This is so strange to me. This is so funny. And how we can't see. So again, sorry if you think that this is ridiculous, but it is the way it is. So, I think that the people, that are really going against it and speaking out would be in more of a warrior mode in caring of the people than those who would be silent about certain things in order to be good little Negroes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying in general. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that, you know, you can't change. Some things you need to just leave alone and you can't change, but that doesn't mean you can't bring awareness. What the hell is wrong with awareness these days? What are people so afraid of? If someone is that afraid, why would the big bad wolf be afraid of awareness? Unless we're at a breaking point, you know? Hmm. From the days when people believed in English doctrine of alliance, allegiances, to the time when we merely declared that a person had a right to cast off his citizenship. We proceed. So again, knowing just even this, that people had the right to cast off their citizenship, because then if we look at the term citizen and ship, you know, it's kind of like I'll bring you back into slavery again, with ships, and we don't realize that your penmanship, your citizenship, mm, those are ships. No man will buy you though. I don't know why I just thought about that. We proceeded to point at which our statutory laws provided more grounds than any other country in the world for loss of citizenship. And so again, by series of Supreme Court decisions, okay. So again, it's kind of just like that whole thing of like, oh, and that's what you niggas get. You know what I'm saying? From people that supposed to be like you, and then you wonder, you know what I'm saying? Because I question, everybody's reason for doing everything, like I said. So you wonder how some people, again, seem to be the only gatekeepers and know all the answers, but a majority of the people don't. And they've been doing it for so long, and there's nothing, again, well, I guess, and again, in general, people have the right to pick and choose. Um, and I'm pretty sure if somebody would be able to overtake something, or somebody would be able to be somebody I would have to fear one day, I would definitely, well, I guess well, no, that's not me though. That's not me though. But I can see why somebody would. You know, it's a dog eat dog world. And that's just how it is. So, again, for somebody like me, I just can do what I can do, you know. And hopefully that's just inspire people and invoke thought, and not really hate on nobody that's doing the same thing. I admire everybody that's out there putting in some type of work. It may not be the work that society likes to recognize, but again, it must have done something. So again, in these days, they'll let you come out, do, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying different groups or entities, um, that have a certain amount of power will have you come out, do all the work, say all these things, reveal all these things, and then at some point in time they'll have enough information to you to take your information and sprinkle it out amongst everybody else and keep you on a lower spectrum with algorithm and different ways of looking at it. And then it's easier for them to, and then isolate you, and then it's easier for them to remove you, you know what I'm saying, right? Or keep you in the dark about certain things that you may seem to be a problem. And then everybody else is pointing a finger like, yeah, yeah, and throwing the food, when all in all, it's like, don't you realize what you're doing? And so that's just the way I look at it. So that's why I just like to try to support everybody that's out there doing something, to awaken the people and share some kind of information, because caring is sharing. Okay. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.